Very good morning, students. Welcome to our 31st lecture of Econ 353, that is Agriculture Marketing, Trade and Prices. So, in the last lecture, we have seen about the processing function, what is the importance of processing, which are the advantages of processing, and which are the different examples of processing. So, in today's lecture, we will see the another but most important marketing function, that is activities of buying and selling. As we know, at every stage buyers and sellers come together and they transfer the goods from the seller to buyer. And I think we have learned in second semester course, that is Fundamentals of Agricultural Economics, the buying and selling activity creates the possession utility to that particular commodity. When the number of times buying and selling activity is performed, it depends upon the length of marketing channel. What is marketing channel? The marketing channels are the ways through which product or that particular commodity transferred or moves from point of production to the hands of the consumer. As we know, in the shortest channel means from producer or from farmer to the directly to the consumer, it takes the buying and selling activity takes only once, that is the producer or farmer sell their product directly to the farmers, directly to the consumer, but usually in the case of most of commodities, most of farm commodities, selling and buying activities are undertaken each time when the produce moves from the farmer to primary wholesaler, and from primary wholesaler to secondary wholesaler, and from secondary wholesaler to retailer, and finally from retailer to the ultimate consumer. Through 2 to 3 times there is a buying and selling activity in such a channel. So the buying activity involves the purchase of the good. The buying activity involves the purchase of the good at a right place, or purchase of the right good at a right place, at a right time, in a right quantities, and at the right price. Then buying activity involves the problems of, this is a choosing problem, the problems of what to buy, when to buy, from where to buy, how to buy, and how to settle the price and the terms of the purchase. So these are some buying problems. Then on the other hand, the selling activity involves personal or impersonal assistance to or persuasion of prospective buyer to buy a commodity. The objective of selling is to dispose of goods at a satisfactory price. Dispose of goods at a satisfactory price, it is a prime objective of the selling activity. The prices of goods, particularly of agriculture commodities, vary from place to place, from time to time, and with the quantity to be sold. As we know, agriculture products are not produced in every region. Same agriculture products are not produced in a same region or in a different region. So there is a variation. So there will be the automatically variation in the prices of that particular product. Therefore, selling activity involves the following problems: when to sell, where to sell, through whom to sell, and whether to sell in a one lot or in a parts. So this is about the buying and the selling activity. Now we have to see the important methods of buying and selling. There are some methods of buying and selling. We will see one by one. So first one is under cover of cloth or Hatha system. First method of buying and selling is under cover of cloth or Hatha system. So it is an old method. So by this method, the prices of produces or prices of products are settled by the buyer and the commission agent of the seller by pressing or twisting twisting the fingers of each other, the fingers of buyers and sellers under a cover of piece of cloth. So that's why this method is known as the Hatha system or under cover of cloth system. Code symbols are associated with twisting or pressing the fingers, and traders are familiar with this. There is mutual understanding between the traders. They are familiar to this, their symbols of pressing or twisting the fingers. The negotiation in this manner continue till final price is settled. So through this system or through this process, they are settling the final price of that particular product. When all the buyers have given their offers, the name and offer price of the highest bidder is announced to seller by the commission agent. So here commission agents, they are announcing whom will be sell that product or whom will be buy that product. This system provides opportunities for cheating the seller, for the seller is not aware about the price which are already fixed or already settled, have been offered by the buyer. The commission agent may not communicate the various prices to seller, and they may strike a deal in a favor of one or who offer a somewhat lower price. So there are in this system there are chances of malfunctions by the commission agents or by the sellers also. This method has been banned by government because of possibility of cheating. Through it continue to be used in some market. Okay, so this is about the under cover of cloth or Hatha system of buying and selling. So next method of buying and selling is private negotiations. So by this method, prices are fixed by the mutual agreement. By the mutual agreement, this method is common in unregulated markets or in a village markets, in a rural areas. So in this method, under this method, the individual buyer come to the shops of commission agent at a time convenient to the latter and offer prices of produce which they think are appreciated after the inspection of the sample. So in this private negotiation method, the individual buyer, they comes to the shop of the commission agents, they take the sample, they check it, and they offer the prices of that particular product. Okay, if the price is accepted, the commission agent conveys the decision to seller and produce is given after it has been weighed by the buyer. So here the prices are fixed between buyer and the commission agent. Keep in mind, in private negotiation, the prices are fixed between buyer and the commission agent. Then these prices are told to or conveyed to the seller. In villages too, private negotiation takes place directly between buyer and seller also. Okay, the sellers take this sample to the buyer and ask him to quote or to fix or to bid the price. It is acceptable to buyer. If that price is acceptable to buyer, a contract is executed. This, however, is a slow and time consuming process and is not suitable when the large quantities of the goods are to be sold in that market. The advantage of this private negotiation method is that the seller gets the good price and for buyer are not aware of the price offered by the other buyers. Okay, so each buyer therefore tries to bid the highest price to get that particular product. So this is about the private negotiation. Then next method of buying and selling is quotations on sample taken by the commission agents. This is third method of buying and selling, that is quotations on samples taken by the commission agent. So In this method, the commission agents take the sample of the produce to their shops from the buyer instead of buyer going to shop of the commission agents. Okay, here they are taking only samples from the different buyers to their own shops. The price is offered based on the sample by the prospective buyers. Then the commission agent make a number of rounds of prospective buyers until none is ready to bid a higher price than one offered by the particular buyer. The produce is given to one who has bid the highest price. So this is about the method of quotation on sample by the commission agents. Then next method, that is fourth one, is Dara sale method. Dara sale method, it is also old method of buying and selling. So in this method, the produce in a different lots is mixed. What happens in Dara sale method? Most of time question is asked on Dara sale method in a objective or in a MCQ. By this method, the produce is sorted in a different lots, okay, is mixed and sold as a one lot. What happens in Dara sale method? The produce in a different lots is mixed and they prepare a one lot, one big lot. The advantage of this method is that within a short time a large number of lots are sold off. Okay, the disadvantage of this method is also good quality and bad quality or poor quality products are mixed, so they get the same price. So there is therefore a loss of incentive to farmer to cultivate the good quality product. So this method is common for such crops as a jeera, that is cumin, in many market of the country. So question may be asked in your fill in the blanks, dash dash, in the dash dash method the produce in a different lots is mixed and they prepared the sold as a one lot. So answer will be the Dara sale method. Then next is Moghum sale method. So in this method the sale of produce is effected on the basis of verbal understanding only, on the basis of verbal conversation or verbal understanding between buyers and sellers. Means that's why this method is known as the Moghum sale method. So verbal understanding between buyers and seller without any pre-settlement of the price, but on the distinct understanding that the price of produce to be paid by the buyer to seller to be one as prevailing in the market on that day or at rate at which other sellers or other village sold that particular product. So this Moghum sale method involves the activity of verbal understanding between buyers and sellers. So in this method, means in Moghum sale method, it's common, this method is common in villages or in a rural area, for farmers are indebted to the local money lender, often the buyer less than prevailing market rate on the plea of the poor quality of the produce. So these are some disadvantage of this method also. Then most important method, these are the very most important two methods are there, that is open auction method and the closed tender method. So open auction method is followed in the regulated markets. Okay, so by this method the prospective buyers gather at the shop of the commission agent around the heap of produce and examine that particular quality of goods and then offer a bid loudly or offer a price loudly to the particular buyers who gather around that heap of that produce. The produce is given to highest bidder after taking the consent of seller and farmer. Okay, this method is prepared to any other method. This method is preferred to any other method because it ensures So this method is preferable by the most of farmer, because this method ensures fair dealing to all parties, and because the farmers with a superior quality of produce, they receive the higher prices. So in a most regulated market, the sale of produce is permissible only by the open auction method. So there are some few merits or advantages of open auction method. A sale by this method inspires confidence among the buyers and sellers. The seller is able to follow the bidding easily, means it is open auction, open to all, means at the time of bidding that seller is also present there, so it is able to follow the bidding. The auction serves as a meeting place of supply of and demand for the goods. The next is it disposes, means open auction method disposes of the market supply promptly, means we can see how much supply collected today in that particular market. A wide variety of goods are available to buyers for the selection. The auction method reduces the number of salesmen needed in the process, because all the buyers, they gather around the one lot, okay, or one heap of the produce. So the wide variety of goods are available for selection, and auction method reduces the number of salesmen. The buyer of small lots are not too disadvantageous against the buyer of the large lots. If your good having a very good quality, then obviously we will get the higher price. So there is no matter of small lots or the big lots. All the sections interested in the sales and purchase are well informed about the prevailing prices and can take judicious decision about the sale and purchase of agricultural commodities. And last advantage is the payment of price of goods is made immediately. The payment is made immediately after the sale or after the auction is completed. Then, which are the demerits or disadvantages of the open auction method? So an open auction is very time consuming process because of the variation in the quality of the various lots. Then the big market centers, especially in a peak marketing season, the time allotted for auction is very short, because there is demand and supply of goods is very high, so time allotted for is short. Both the buyers and seller are in a hurry. As a result, sellers may receive the low price in open auction. An open auction buyer sometimes joins the hand, and because of joining the hands by buyers, they are not bidding the higher price. Okay, active participation in it is reduced. The auction leads to buyers market. So this open auction method is also leads to the buyers market, for buyers have full information about the supply and demand of that produce. So it will be the disadvantageous to the sellers. Now there are again three types of open auction. There are again the three types of open auction, that is Phar system open auction, random bid system open auction, and roster bid system open auction. The question may be asked, write down the short note on open auction method. So you can mention the advantages, disadvantages of open auction method and the three important types of open auction. So in that, first one is Phar system of open auction. So by this method, one bid is given for all the lots in a particular shop, and all the lots are sold at that price. One extreme case of this method is when one bid is given for the produce in the whole market also. Okay, so by this method, only one bid is given for the all the lots which are present in the market. So that system is the Phar system of open auction. Then second is random bid system of open auction. So by random bid system of open auction, the commission agent invites the few buyers when the produce is brought to his shop for sale. means when produce comes to the sale in his shop, he invites the few buyers. All the prospective buyers are not informed, means they inform only few sellers or big buyers, sorry, they inform only the few buyers or the big buyers. As a result, the competition is very low or poor. Sometimes the commission agent informs only those buyers who are either his relative or whom he is want to sell the product. Okay, the bidding may continue simultaneously at a number of places to reduce the competition. So this is about the random bid system, in which that commission agent invites only few buyers. Then last one method of open auction, that is roster bid system of open auction. Okay, what happens in Phar system? There is only one bid given for all the lots. What happens in random bid? That commission agent invites only few buyers which are known to him, which are his relatives. Okay, then last one, in a roster bid system, in this systematic method. So rostered bid system of open auction is a systematic method of open auction. Bidding starts from a point in the market at a notified time about which prospective buyers are given information in advance. So in a roster bid system of open auction, in this systematic system, they inform what is the time of bidding or time of auction to the buyers in advance. The bidding party, after the auction of particular produce at a one shop, moves to the next clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. In the auction of the produce at all shop is over, a scheduled auction time expires. On the following day, the auction starts from the next point, and so on. So this is very clear and systematic method of open auction. So last method of buying and selling is closed tender system. So this system is similar to open auction, except that bids are invited in the form of closed tender rather than the open announcement. What happens in open auction? There is open announcement of the bids or of the prices. Okay, but here in a closed tender method, the bids or the prices are invited in the form of a closed tender. Okay, the produce displayed at the shop of the commission agent is allotted lot numbers. So different lots are made, they are allotting the different number to particular lots. The prospective buyers visit to that commission agent shop, inspect or check the samples, offer a price for which they want to purchase, or write that price on a slip of paper and deposit that slip in a closed form or in a sealed box lying at the commission agent's shop. When the auction time is over, the slips are arranged according to the lot number, and the highest bidder is informed by commission agent that his bid has been accepted and he can deliver the produce. So he can accept the produce. Okay, some of the regulated markets have adopted this method of sale, which is time saving and involves the minimum physical labor. Okay, so there is no possibility of collusion among the buyers because each has quoted the price on the basis of their individual assessments or by calculating their own profit margins, taking into consideration the price prevailing in the terminal and other secondary market. So here is a choice to buyer to calculate their own price and bid their price secretly without telling it to another buyers. Okay, so it will avoid the collusion or it will avoid the confusion between the buyer. The smooth functioning of this method depends on the efficiency of and the supervision exercised by the market committee official. So for smooth functioning of closed tender system, it depends is depends upon the efficiency of the market committee officials. Okay, the method employed for sale of agricultural commodities in Indian market differs from market to market and also from commodity to commodity. So this is all about the selling and buying activity and the different methods of selling and buying. So for this course you can refer the book Agriculture Marketing in India by S.S. Acharya and N.L. Agrawal. Second book is there, Agricultural Economics by Subba Reddy, and third book, Modern Economic Theory by K.K. Dewitt and Nawalur. So thank you.